Okay, so now we're gonna move into reading and jotting, and we've got this little, what we would call a bucket item for the kids. So if they're not sure what to jot about, or what to circle of the who, what, when, where, why, how, this is kind of just a little cheat sheet for them to have where it's gonna help them remember. So I'll refer to this as I talk about why I'm circling what I'm circling up here. So we would, again, you're going to need to read this because it's not really going to make sense. I'm not going to just read it out loud, but essentially these first two paragraphs give the definition of the need to belong. And so overall, it's mostly about what the need to belong is. If a kid says they might want to circle why because it's why the need to belong is important, or why the need to belong, why people need personal connections, there's a case for circling why instead of what for these jots. As long as the kids are pulling what's important out of the text, it doesn't matter so much which thing they circle up here. And if these things are distracting to the kids, you can just take them out. These are editable documents, but for the sake of this, I would circle what for those first two paragraphs and just say, what I'm going to jot about. So there's the need to belong defined. And so it's the human emotional need to be accepted. So I'm just going to write human need to be accepted. Sorry, my handwriting is terrible. That's why I usually type in PowerPoints, because it's my handwriting is horrible. And then it gives some examples, and then it extends a little bit here so that it's gaining acceptance, attention, and support, and then providing that same support to other people. So I'm going to kind of focus in on these three things: acceptance, attention, and support. And I'm going to jot them down over here. That's what the need to belong is: acceptance, attention, and support. And so what can I infer from this? Well, I don't know if it's even an inference or just a summary, but it's really important to feel like you belong, right? Like super important. It's a human need. Okay, so that's for chunks 1 and 2. I would kind of model that for the kids. Then, because they've already kind of gone through this process with the literary text, you may be able to release some of this to them earlier. Again, it's fine. It doesn't really matter which one of these they circle, as long as they can articulate why they circled it, and as long as the information they extract from here makes sense. So you would kind of either model again, or you could have them do it collaboratively with this one, and then independently with the last one. So you could do a really good check for understanding, or you could do it whole class again up here, have them do it collaboratively, and then independently down here. You could break it up into smaller chunks to give you more opportunity for collaboration and check for understanding. But it's super important that by the end of this one, you have them do at least one chunk of text by themselves so that you can get a feel for if kids are independently able to do it, or if they maybe need some support to get pulled into a small group or a workshop. Oh, I can't stop the video.